Hello, you're watching a review by Brew. In this week's episode, we're going to be looking into fruit flavoured beers. So I've got 3 different styles of beer today. I've got a Saison, a Gose and a Berliner Weisse. They have all got different characteristics. They are their own style. You can pretty much put them in the sour category. Maybe apart from the Saison, but they're all kind of yeasty, they're all a bit tangy, and they all work really well with fruit. And that's the gist today. Alright Brew, I'm not playing right now. So to kick today off, I'm going to start with Partizan's Lemon and Thyme Saison. Let's open it. See straight away, See straight away, you look at this, it has that feel of a cider. It looks a lot lighter, you know, a lot more kind of bubbly, but it doesn't hold that really frothy, creamy head that like an IPA or a stout might. It looks really refreshing. It's got a slight haze to it, so a little tinty haze, and you can actually smell the lemon from here, which is quite nice. It means there's quite a bit in there. Let's have a little sniff. You can tell this is a Saison because it's got that. There's a really familiar smell. I mean, if you've ever tried one, you get this quite, I think it's very banana-y, so it's quite like sweet, a little bit banana. You get a little bit of the lemon. I don't get as much of the lemon. I thought this would be quite overpowering in the fruity zest, and you don't really get that. You just get this sweet banana with a kind of back end of lemon, and yeah, a little bit of thyme actually, which I wasn't really expecting to smell so much. So that's it. It smells really refreshing. Let's see what it tastes like. Tart up front. It's not like sharp. There's a really kind of bitter. It's like the lemon peel. It's really bitter on the tongue as it goes in, but the yeast, that banana-iness that I was talking about, really kind of wraps around, helps it go down so smooth, and that is really refreshing. It's not overly flavoured. I thought the fruit flavour might kind of take over a bit more. It is nice. It is refreshing. It's just not as punchy as I might have wanted. There's not a lot of movement going on. It's really drinkable, it really is, and it's an easy drinker, and it might be a good introduction to this style of beer. Maybe could pack a bit more of a punch. Bloody hell, it came back up as well. Right, that'll do. All right, one more sip and let's get going. Well, let's see if the next one has a bit more fruit flavour. So we're going to open this from Amundsen. So it's the double raspberry Gose, so it's a berry enchantress. So it's a raspberry Gose from Amundsen, who are a Norwegian brewery. Let's see what this was. I'm expecting this to be really bright and fluorescent pink in colour. Let's have a look. What a funky coloured can as well. And a really cool lid. Alright, let's pour it. It's right to the rim. And yeah, I was right. You got a nice bright funky pink. A lot of raspberry in that, you can really see it come out in the colour. Now this Gose, so a Gose, it's a slightly different style to a Saison. They were traditionally made with a certain type of water that gave it this kind of salty kind of roundness. Sometimes they add a bit of salt just to get that similar feel, but that again, it's kind of got that cidery look again. The head's completely dissipated. It looks like a cider. It's this refreshing bubbly. You could probably throw some ice in that and it would look exactly like drinking a record league or something like that. Let's give it a smell. You can smell it's salty. It is. It's really difficult to explain actually. You get a really raspberry fruitiness, but you don't get the sharpness that you would get in like with a nice bitter raspberry or something with a bit of a sharp edge. You don't get that when you smell this. You get the kind of initial raspberry fruit, and it just seems to round off. There's something else there as well, and I can't quite pinpoint it. So let's see what it tastes like. Yeah, raspberry, and then salt. For me, a bit too much salt. it could have been a bit more subtle than that. It tastes really nice. Again, really drinkable, really refreshing. A little bit too much salt for me. The raspberry is a beautiful flavour, but I'd give a Gose a go, if you don't mind me saying it like that. All right, one more sip, we'll move on. Right, so the final beer today is coming from Spain, so Garage Beer Co. And these guys, of course, nice and cold still. I'm glad. I'm trying to drink these as quick as I can while they're cold, because these sour beers and the fruity styles really taste a lot better when they're nice and fresh and cold. And try not to leave them in your fridge too long, because they do change a bit. The quicker you can drink this kind of stuff, the fresher it is, the better it will taste. So this is called Silver Peel, a Barcelona Weisse, and it's got red berries in it. So it's a Berliner Weisse with red berries. They use a specific type of yeast, and that's kind of what gives it quite a recognisable character in this particular drink. And this one's going to be red berry, so I'm expecting a bit of pink again. So let's have a look. Wow, it's frothy. Whew. Get the sour just off the froth. Yep, nice pinky, a little bit more red than the other one. Lovely. Wow, it's a beautiful colour. It's nice and fluorescent. It's a little bit more red. The other one was a bit more pink, but it's glowing almost. It looks lovely. Again, disappointing head. It's with all of these styles, it's a familiar look that it looks like a cider. It does. It's got that kind of fresh, clean, refreshing look, and it doesn't have this thick, creamy head that you'd expect from kind of an IPA or a stout. Oh, that's again quite subtle with the fruits, and it's nice, but that's really good. There's a few different berries in there, so you've got like a blackberry, blueberry, raspberry. Ooh. And then you get this kind of, the little bit of the, similar to the Saison, this banana-y yeast that kind of rounds it off. It gives it this sweet edge. And you know, I've just got a feeling this one's going to be very tart. It almost stings the nostrils, as they say. Let's give it a sip. Oh. Sorry, that is the sour face. And that's what I was looking for, actually, with all of these. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. It was just mouth puckering, jaw clenching. It really just, as it went in, so sour, but really fruity. And you just get all those fruits, you get the yeast, and it all just rounded off with this just spike of sourness that as it goes down. That's incredible. It's so good. Wow, it's so well balanced. All the flavours in there, nothing stands out particularly kind of sharp or on the edge. You get all the flavours really wrap around, go down smoothly, nothing's left behind apart from this little kind of sherbety tang that you might get from a really sour sweet. Yeah, it's really good and really sour. It's difficult to talk as it goes down because it really just grips you. It's a lovely beer. It's so refreshing. I would definitely recommend this to a cider drinker who kind of perhaps might just be looking for something maybe a little bit more tart. Hold on. Oh, bloody hell. Having a drink that's a bit fuller on flavour, a bit tart, a bit sharp, lots going on, but really refreshing. And all three of these went down so well. They're really refreshing beers. Whew. So sharp. It's beautiful, really. You just can't help but pull the sour face. It really is good. Now, they all have really different but good characteristics within these styles of beer and within these brews. I think all three of these are good brews. A little bit too much salt for me in this one, but it is the style. I think the Saison was lovely. The flavours were very subtle though. You should try a Saison. Again, the smell and the taste might be something you're not used to. When I tried a Saison for the first time, I actually thought it might have been off. because it has that kind of initial thing that your palate's not used to. I guess I can only compare it to like a blue cheese or something like that. Should I like this? Should I be eating this? Pardon me. I'll tell you what, they leave a nice tasting burp, all three of them. My favourite beer of the day has to be the Berliner Weisse by Garage Beer. It's just such a well balanced beer, and that sharpness really hits you, and I love that. I really kind of crave that actually. So I'm looking forward to finishing that one a bit later.
Why the sour face, Brew?
You don't want to become a sourpuss. That's it, that's classic.
This one was for all you cider drinkers. We have the Partizan Lemon and Thyme.
Lush. Yes. Pull your face straight, Will. The wind might change.
Up next, we've got the Amundsen Berry Enchantress.
That's fucking difficult to say.
Salty, sour, explosion. Garage Beer Company.
Silver peel.
It's a Berliner Weisse with red berries. Full stop. Nothing else.
Which one's he going to decide on? Stand by it.
And that's it. Brew's gone for the Partizan Lemon and Thyme.
Saison is the winner.